Good morning, good morning. Happy first Monday of 2020. Oh, yes, good. Happy first day of 2020. It is a beautiful day out here in Massachusetts. We are still here. I'm in a town called Salem. And I just wanted to send a reminder to our friends, family, that we are starting the new year, and wherever you are, it's kicked on for you. For those ones who are in other parts of the country, you already started, your day is already halfway or it's already over. But I find it so shocking this morning as I was thinking what I was going to talk about. I wanted to talk about running your own race. We all find ourselves in competition with other people. Good morning, guys. I see you guys. We all find ourselves in competition with other people without really second thinking why we are in competition. Even children who are twins born on the same day can never do the things the same. Even people that you finish college the same time, you can't do things the same. Even kids that are have been together like from kindergarten to college. Some kids, like my kids, have been together since kindergarten and they're in the same college. You can never do the same things. So we find that we put ourselves in competition with our siblings. We put ourselves in, it starts with siblings, which is sibling rivalry. You find that your sister is always trying to outdo you. Your brother is always trying to outdo you. It starts at that early age where you're competing against your siblings. And then some of us, we carry this behavior to our adult life. And when you're in competition with someone who's not aware, you're running a race that you're going to lose, because once you start competing with me and I'm not aware that we're in competition, in fact, you've lost the race, because I'm not aware that we are not in competition. I wake up every morning, I'm going about my business, I'm planning my day, I'm planning my yearly goals. Like many of you, we all write, our goals. And I have written my goals. You are somewhere seated trying to compete with me. You cannot compete with someone who's not aware that you're in competition with them. If you want to get in a competition with someone, notify them, let them know that you're in competition. Share this video when you come in. And for those ones who are not aware about the stars, if you enjoy watching my videos, please give me stars and share my video in the groups that you're in, to enable us to raise funds so we can take the funds to the orphan children. It is one of the causes that give me a reason to come on Facebook almost every day, because we want to help these children who don't have parents. So give me stars and share the video when you come in. Share the video. Thank you, guys. Yes, today I woke up and I put up my makeup because I'm in the mood of putting makeup. So I'm not competing with anyone. One time I have makeup, another time I don't have makeup. So somebody is going to, watch me and be like, you know what, I need to start looking like Penny. No, you can't, because we are not in competition. I wear makeup sometimes I don't wear makeup. In terms of your career, people choose careers because other people are choosing their careers because of whatever reason. You see somebody is doing something, you decide to do it. Before you decide to do something somebody is doing, you need to look at their background. For instance, personally, I was given a jump start by my father. My father was way ahead of his life when he was growing up. My father took himself to school. He started his own business. He was a very successful entrepreneur. By the time I was born in 1973, my father was already in business. I'm child number 18, and everything was so good. My experience is not the same experience my oldest brother had, my father's first child. My father's first child had a hard life because dad was starting life. So imagine the children between number 1 and 18. Things had changed. So there was no way in the world I was going to be in competition with my oldest brother who was born in 1944. We get a different start. You're not going to compete with Penny because Penny was given a jump start. I was sent to America by my father. Some of you found your way to America. Some of you find your way to where you want to go. Some of us were given a jump start. You look at somebody's marriage, you don't know about the marriage, you don't know where they started, you don't know where they've been. Sometimes you see people in their end, like life, like let's say like us now who are in our 40s. I've been married for 25 years. You want my marriage. How would you have my marriage? Or you try to want something that, compete with me, something that you don't know where we have been. How can we compete? I am 47 years old. You're 20, you're 15. How can you compete with a 47-year-old? I've been in the world a little longer. My father had already given us a jump start. My game is not going to be your game. Somebody else was given a jump start. So when you want to do your things, don't start competing. Run your own race. Wake up and decide your day. Wake up, decide your future. Take a decision. Decide where you want to take your life. Choose a destination. Find somebody to guide you to your destination. You don't just get up and start doing whatever everybody's doing without thinking twice. In 2017, I think around 2017 or 2016, I joined Facebook groups. The first few groups that I joined, the first shock that I got in those groups was competition. The women there were in so much competition. Anytime somebody came up with something nicer than the other one, it was a war. Oh, nice, Elmelda. Thank you so much. She has sent me stars. Those stars go to the children in Kenya. Thank you so much. I am truly grateful for the stars. And share this video. These women went after each other. And in this group where we were women of all ages, we were women like probably, I'm thinking from 18 to probably women in their 60s. And these women did not want the other women in their 60s to do whatever they needed to do because a 60-year-old woman is going to think like a 60-year-old woman. The leaders of this group who were like younger, thanks Nana, who were younger, they were controlling the women in their 60s. They are stopping them from what they are doing because they felt like there was competition, that they felt that these people were going to take away what they had created. When you create a group, when Mark Zuckerberg created this Facebook page or app, he created space for us to grow communities, to grow each other, where a 60-year-old can come together with a 20-year-old. We come up with something and help each other to grow. But what happens with life, you find that we are in so much competition, especially when we are put in these groups. And that group, in fact, really did not do well because the young people, the 20-year-olds, the 30-year-olds were stopping the 60-year-olds, the 50-year-olds, and the 40-year-olds from growing. We were on a different level. We were different ages. But the people that were leading that group were afraid of competition. They did not want anybody to do anything. Imagine as a 47-year-old, there are things I do as a 47-year-old, a 20-year-old. Some have never been married. Some were giving like some kind of advice. Then the group starts giving advice. These groups give advice. You don't even know who's behind the keyboard. Somebody who is never been married is giving a married woman advice. Oh, he didn't do laundry. You know what? If it's me, I can't live with such a man. By the time this woman is going to get married and face challenges that married people face, you already ruined your marriage. So we all got, that is one thing I have seen on Facebook. We get in competition. We open groups, we create things, we do this. And the intention is always not good. The intention is not always to grow a community. The intention is not always to bring a community together. It is like we are competing amongst each other. But how can you compete with somebody? You are not born the same time. You are not coming from the same background. You don't have the same financial background. How do you get in a race with someone who's not even aware of your race? So run your own race. When you wake up in the morning, decide your day. Look at me today. I rarely wear makeup, but today I decided, you know what? I'm going to wear makeup. This is my race. Today I decided this is the first Monday of the year. I'm not going to work. It is my own race. Everybody else went to work, but I made a decision to not go to work because I'm here with my kids, and I decided to take a day for them. Why are you going to copy me and start doing the same thing? Run your own race. Don't compete with people. In fact, that in that group, I learned that people can stop your growth. You put your GPS to come to Massachusetts, they put the GPS to go to Maryland. We were trying to do business. We were trying to, because some of us, we already had children. Some of us, we already had businesses going on. Some of us were running a different race. And these young girls were running a different race. The race they were running was to come live, dance, twerk. Some girls were just in that situation where my kids are now. My kids are little. They can do certain things. But now when you're 40-something, I already had 4 children. I'm in a group of little girls. Am I going to sit in that group and start doing videos and coming on Facebook Live, getting drunk, twerking? And I can't do that because I have children that I have to feed. I can't do that because I already had a business to run. So when we started speaking, thank you so much. Yes, I'll be wearing makeup now that you guys are saying I'll wear more makeup. You see? Oh yeah, once in a while. When I got in this group and in these groups and I saw these young girls, I felt sorry for them, but they're not, I shouldn't, because we are not on the same race. They are little girls. They are starting their life. They can do that. In fact, it's their time to come Facebook Live drunk. It's their time to come Facebook Live smoking weed and doing all these things. But when you're in a group of people and you start competing amongst each other and you're not thinking about the surrounding circumstances, age is a factor, finance is a factor, family dynamics is a factor. Before you get into a race, before you compete with your sister, before you compete with your brother, look at the abilities that they have that you don't have. Even children who are born with the same parents, you can never be like your sister. You can never be like your brother. You can never be like your twin if you're born as a twin sister. We are all wired differently. So what we need to do in this first Monday of 2021, run your own race. Don't try to copy somebody. Don't try to compete with somebody. Copying and stealing ideas and growing self-growth is different. If you see I have a business, you want to start a business, that's different. In terms of mentoring, that is different. But stop competing with people that are not even aware that you are in a race with them. Run your own race. Start your own race and just decide what you want to do. Find your destination. Set your goals. Decide your destiny. I already said 2020, I am going to go to a different state every month. Every month I just want to go. I already set that goal. Next month I want to go somewhere. Next month I decided that. And now you come to my Facebook page, you see me in Massachusetts, then you want to compete with me. You don't even know how I came here. Maybe I got a free room. Maybe somebody paid for me. Maybe Facebook sent me a voucher. Maybe Antonin sent me, the Hilton sent me a voucher to promote them. You don't know how I ended up here. Run your own race. Take ideas from me. Look at things. Be curious what people are doing to get where they are going. Look at what you want and start running your own race. You can only compete with someone when they are fully aware that you're in competition. By the way, 2021 looks great on me. You see, I have my earrings. And these earrings, by the way, I sell them in my shop. So, like my page, give me stars, share, and remember, this is the first Monday. Remember to run your own race. Don't try to compete with people who are not aware that you're in competition with them. May the Lord God bless this year as we start this year. As we start this year, that we can be reminded to run our own race. Don't try to compete with people who are not even aware that you're competing with them. In Jesus' name, I do pray. Like my page, share my page, and when you know someone who's competing with another person, if you do, when you realize they're doing it, please make them aware, because you can only compete with someone who's aware. When you run a race, that is formal. You're told that you're running a race, and let's start. On your marks, get set, go. We get a different start. We get a different time. We get a different location. You get a different GPS than the other person. So you cannot compete with me because you don't know where my GPS is going. I am going north. You're going south. Don't compete with me. Don't try to race with Penny because you don't know where Penny is going. I have decided where I want to go. You decide where you want to go. And healthy competition is where you call and say, I want to go to Massachusetts. How did you get there? I want to start a business. How did you get there? I want a good family like your family. How did you get your family to be where it is? I like pictures. You can ask me, how do you get to take the pictures? I can give you the photographer. Ask me what you see that I do that you like. Steal ideas that you like. And ask that person how they got there. Not compete, because when you're competing with someone who's not aware, you already lost the race. Cheers, guys.